Leave, spirit. I command you. The power of the Pennsylvania Bar Association commands you. Ow! 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 Ow. Okay, I'm sorry. I take it back. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Health, huh? Ow, ow, oh, oh. That was nice. Rachel? Rachel, you have to get the door. Hector pulled a whammy on me. Rachel? You got her too, didn't you? You're evil. I'm coming! It'll be Andrew. It'll be a priest. You'll see. Oh, God, please let it be Andrew. Oh, please let it be Andrew. I need a priest. I need someone. I'm coming. Can't you tell I'm coming? I'm coming. You're not a priest.
No, ma'am.
Then please keep my faith in God and tell me you're a chiropractor.
My kingdom for a match. Maybe you should try acupuncture.
I don't want to quit smoking. I want to smoke now. The draconian manager of this newspaper won't let me. Puritans.
Maybe you should try hypnosis?
So, we have the meeting with the shop stewards. Do you have any last-minute suggestions?
No, everything's cool.
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 Good, then I'm prepared. Besides, the real crisis of the day was Jesse's prom, and we've weathered that.
Crisis? What crisis?
It seems that Christian has decided that he wants to see other people, as he put it to Jess. And with the impeccable timing of young love, he decided that they should begin their new arrangement the weekend of Jesse's prom.
But don't look at me. I don't have an answer.
Yeah, fortunately, no drastic measures are called for. I managed to convince her to ask someone else. He's a new boy in her class named Darcy Raines. Is that a name or what? Anyway, she called him, and he gratefully accepted.
She called him?
Yeah.
Well, you are ready for the shop stewards.
You betcha.
Look, I gotta make a private phone call, and I'll see you in the conference room.
Okay.
Hope for a wrist corsage.
I'm sorry?
If the kid brings the kind that goes on a wrist, that'll save a lot of embarrassment later when he has to pin the flowers on her.
Spoken like a parent who has survived the experience.
Barely. The thought of it makes me crave a cigarette.
Not in here. Why don't you try acupuncture or hypnosis?
No.
What?
Actually, you might want to think about that hypnosis thing.
You just gave me the same advice.
I know I did. But hearing my mother give you that same advice made me think of the time that she tried it herself.
And it didn't work, right?
You could say that. Hey, Jess. You okay?
No, not really.
Well, what's wrong?
I stopped by the rectory to see my son, and the assistant rector said that Andrew had to go somewhere. So the babysitter took River to dinner. If Andrew had to work, why didn't he call me? He knows I would have taken him.
Maybe Andrew is just trying to prove that he can manage on his own right now. After all, things are different.
You remember Guy, of course. Sorry for the interruption.
Nonsense. Why did you join us for a cup of coffee?
Well, I'm afraid I can, but I'm going to make shameless use of this collar before I go. Ian, perhaps you've heard about Ernesto Soto and his problems with the Lantano Savings and Loan. We're taking up a contribution to help keep the bank from foreclosing on the butcher shop.
Well, if you're after a charitable contribution, you should apply to the Armitage Foundation. However, if I'm not mistaken, the deadline for applications for this fiscal year has just expired.
I understand. Well, thank you.
Hold on, Andrew. How much do you need?
We're short $39,000.
Well, as I said,
I think the foundation can manage that.
the deadline, Ian.
Well, surely we can overlook it this time for such a worthy cause. Shall we say 40? Yes.
40,000, just to be on the safe side. You can call the foundation administrator, but I shall personally see to it that a check for $40,000 is on its way to you.
I don't know how to thank you. I tell you, the Soto family's going to be so pleased.
Well, family is very important.
Yes, it is. And I can't thank you for overlooking the contribution deadline. Very gracious.
Of course.
I have an idea. I'm headed over to the Soto family house right now. I'm sure that they want to express their gratitude in person.
Well, I would love to. If you'll excuse me.
No, I do need one more minute of your time. It's business.
Oh, well, I understand. I will meet you in the lobby. Once again, Guy, I just don't know what to say.
I must be dreaming. Because I'm certain I didn't hear you just pledge $40,000 of my money to some bleeding heart stranger.
Andrew is hardly a stranger, and it's foundation money.
And money for which you have never done a day's work in your entire misbegotten life. The nerve of it, to make a grant to help a gun-toting loony.
Am I, or am I not, the executive director of the Armitage Foundation? A title which you bestowed on me, no doubt, to keep me from real business, and you will see it. As the executive director, I have made an executive decision. Do you have a problem with that, Dad?
I certainly do. And why in heaven's name have you started calling me Dad?
Because that is what one calls one's father here in America.
Not in my household, you don't. I think it's time you came back to England.
Well, I have news for you on that score. I have decided to continue stateside operations of Armitage Enterprises here in Manview.
No, it's absolutely out of the question. New York is obviously the best place from which to explore business opportunities.
I wasn't asking you for your permission. As I recall, you put me in charge of our American venture. Therefore, I consider it my decision to make. And I have made one. Dad?
I can only assume you have an ulterior motive in all this. Most likely a woman. In fact, it's probably Maggie Carpenter.
As usual, Father, you have it completely wrong. Maggie is more like a sister to me.
So why do I get the feeling that you and Ian are playing a game of I've got a secret?
You're nuts?
Just my imagination?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have speculated over why Asa was so anxious to sell a radio station out from me to Ian's faux father, but that's not a secret.
Why are the two of you interested in Asa's activities? Are you planning some kind of payback?
Not really. I mean, it would be nice to teach old robber baron a lesson.
What?
This is the part where you told me to leave it alone?
Why would I want to do that?
Weren't you the nun that threw a fit when I poisoned Carlo Hesser with a hot dog?
That's because I thought you were trying to murder him, and as you recall, I ended up chin deep in that little scam. No, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but if you think I'm going to tell you not to go after Asa Buchanan, the guy who tormented the Vegas, stabbed you in the back, and hung poor Mr. Soto out to dry, well, you're dead wrong.
Sorry, ma'am. I think I have the wrong place, but I don't know, maybe you can help me. I'm looking for a 912 Greenfield Drive.
This is it.
Are you sure? Of course you're sure. You live here. Man, maybe she wrote it down wrong. Look, I'm sorry to bother you.
Wait. You sure you're not a chiropractor?
Yes, no, ma'am, I'm not.
Orthopedist?
No.
Exorcist? Never mind. Dismissed.
Mom, what's that door?
Oh, hi.
Ah, Chad, hi.
Hey, so I am in the right place.
Yeah. What, you guys didn't meet? Oh. Mom, this is Track. Track, this is my mother, Nora Buchanan. Come on in.
Oh, so, Track, is that your first name or last?
It's my only name.
Well, work to share.
Pardon me?
I was just saying that even from here, I can see why Rachel changed her plans for tonight.
Mother?
Huh?
That's enough.
Oh, thank you. Well, I just want you to know that ordinarily I would be absolutely drilling you before you took my daughter out. But fortunately, Hector has done the Watusi on my spine, and so We'll do it another time.
And now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go upstairs and die. Don't be too late. Ow.
What's the matter with her?
She's usually normal, relatively. She's on a fitness kick. And yes, she's white. Which is probably why you thought you were at the wrong house, isn't it?
Well, to be honest with you, yeah. I mean, because where I grew up back in South Chicago, Hank Gannon was a legend. And your Uncle R.J. was pretty famous, too. But, for different reasons. What I'm trying to say is that no one ever said anything about your mother.
Oh, well, she and my dad met in college. She's Jewish. So that's why I grew up in sort of confusing household.
Confusing, how?
Oh, well, they both raised me on black-eyed peas and gefilte fish.
Did you celebrate Hanukkah?
And Christmas. Loved getting all those Christmas presents. But when they threw in Kwanzaa, kind of got overwhelming. So, you've met my mixed-up ethnic background. And, of course, my mother, who's doing her perfect imitation of a house pet. But I'm just wondering, do you still want to go out with me?
Well, you know, there is one thing.
And what's that?
You know, I just might be too boring for you.
Oh, I don't think that'll be a problem.
Take that, Councilman Grinnell. And that. Probably a false alarm. Oh. Hello? Anybody? Well, can't say I didn't try.
I'll go call maintenance. Tell them it's a false alarm.
So, how do you figure we shut this thing off?
We stick your head in it.
I should think you'd be grateful for getting you out of the shop stewards meeting.
Not the least little bit.
Come on, Vic. You're the one who told me dishonesty is the only vice you cannot abide. Well, I cannot tell a lie. I smoked in the stairwell, and I set off the fire alarm.
It's too late to call off the fire department. We have to evacuate the building.
Okay, in that case, I better go work in the park.
Here. I have a deadline.
Okay, what's that?
That was Nora exploding if she caught me with this cigar. She now has us on a very strict fitness program. This cigar would constitute a major violation.
Oh, yeah? Doctor's orders?
Which reminds me. Remind me to take Dr. Larry Wallach's name off my Christmas card list, okay, Hank?
You got it. Hey, but listen, if Nora does bust you, don't tell her I'm the one that gave you these cigars, all right? I mean, the whole East Lambview community is about to come down on me soon about this Soto thing, and I'll need a little sympathy from his defense attorney. So, tell me, what can we do with this press release?
The Commonwealth has arraigned Ernesto Soto on charges of false imprisonment, kidnapping, illegal possession of a firearm. I think this is going to make you very popular in Angel Square, Hank.
Yeah, boy, don't I know it. The only way I can reduce the charges here is if the psychiatric evaluation shows that Soto was under such extreme stress that he wasn't responsible for his own actions.
You know, I think we could be the ones to soften this thing. If we present Soto as the heretofore solid citizen, pillar of the community, you know, family man, and Vietnam veteran. I heard that that guy served 2 tours over there.
Yeah, well, God bless him.
Amen to that.
Wow, you know, this is a nice twist on this. I think this will work. It'll help.
Well, that's why the people of Llanview pay me this puny salary, Hank.
This is a great cigar.
Hey, only the best for the best.
I think we can count on Red to get Soto off the hook for us.
Well, even if she does, I wouldn't expect the situation to go away so easily. I went down to the diner earlier and I got an earful from Antonio about your dad and his big bad bank. It seems to me that he's organized a boycott. You know, I think that your father has fewer friends in East Lambview than I do.
If that's possible.
Okay, fine. Joke all you want to, all right? But it's your family that's going to take the heat.
You don't even know the half of it, Hank. And believe me, you don't even want to know. I think my pa's on a collision course with the people of Angel Square. And there's nothing any of the rest of us can do except just stay the hell out of the way.
Hey, look who's here, Max and Maggie. I am glad because we've got an announcement to make.
Oh, it's family photo day at Logan's?
Better. I don't want everybody to hear this, Colin. I got some fantastic news about Ernesto.
What is it?
Everybody, please, listen up. Let me have your attention. This is Ian Armitage, and we have just come from Ernesto Soto's family where we were discussing a sizable contribution that Ian has made. In fact, so sizable that he has paid off this entire mortgage.
Oh! Wonderful!
How much you want to bet he asked Linda Soto for a date?
Oh. Hey, you did wonderful. Thank you.
Well, no, it was worth it to see Guy's face turn absolutely purple when I gave Andrew $40,000 of Armitage money.
Oh, you must really enjoy sticking it to your old man.
You have no idea.
You know, I'm really relieved for the Soto family, but, you know, I just still can't help feeling that there's something fishy going on in Angel Square.
What do you mean?
Well, some of my customers have been getting phone calls about selling their businesses and homes near the waterfront.
Calls from whom?
Nobody seems to know.
That is strange. But I suggest we focus on one problem at a time. Now, I've got some bank statements. I'd like to go over strategy with you if you have time.
Perfect.
Thanks again, Ian.
Well, it would seem that someone is trying to buy up property down here anonymously.
Or as anonymous as you can be in a 10-gallon hat with a cheap Texas accent.
Asa?
Makes sense, doesn't it? All the foreclosures in the area allows him to consolidate. Also explains why he sold the radio station so he could get his hands on some fluid capital.
Yeah, for what?
Now that is the big question. But if I know Asa, it's bound to be something big.
If there is big money to be made down here, as you're saying, why aren't we the ones to make it?
Oh, the boy's learning.
Why us?
Because we're the good guys. Well, sort of. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Besides, you know, if we muscle in on Ace's scheme, we can teach him that lesson that you yourself said he deserves.
But first, we have to devise his master plan.
Ah, that is not going to be easy. He's pretty cagey. He's not going to tell me because he hates me.
Doubt he'll tell me anything either. He doesn't trust me.
No, we're going to need someone he doesn't suspect. Someone that can charm him.
Yeah. A woman.
Beautiful woman.
No. Look, if you want to go after Ace if you can, you go. Right? Just leave me out of it. My flim-flam days are over. Well, tell me, Asa. How long has it been?
A gorgeous gal like you has got nothing better to do with her nights? That's a damn shame.
No, it's not only my nights now. Ever since my teaching job ended for the summer, it means I've got a lot of time on my hands now. I mean, I'm bartending at roadies, but that's not exactly fulfilling.
You have so much class, honey. You should not be working in a dive like that.
You know, it almost makes me regret that time you offered me that job at Buchanan Enterprises. You remember that?
Sure I do. And I still think that you will fit into my little operation. But, honey, you saddle down with a lot of dead weight. Namely, Max Oltl.
Max can be a distraction. Max is a very sexy, funny, handsome distraction.
Is there a point to this?
Well, the point is that Max can sometimes lack follow-through. For instance, the radio station. He made me believe that he was going to be this big deal media mogul, right? And that I was going to be involved in it somehow. And then I find out that you're the real owner.
Yes, ma'am. My fingers are in a lot of pies.
So I've noticed. So do you need any help baking?
You know, I just might. There's a possibility that a gal as smart as you could help assist on an oil drilling expedition of mine in Anchorage.
Alaska?
Yep, that's where it is.
Oh, no, I don't like the cold, Asa. I was thinking something a little more local, you know, maybe in public relations or real estate.
I'm sorry. There's nothing going on in that area right now, Maggie.
Nothing? I mean, no new projects at all?
Nope. Now, if you want to have some supper, maybe we can discuss the pipeline.
Oh, the pipeline. No, you know what? I think I'm in the mood for room service, but thank you.
That's your call. Oh, there's my grandson.
Well, then I'll just say good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Sit down.
Thank you.
Well, you just missed all the fun.
Yeah, what happened?
If my hunch is right, Holden sent his little filly over here on a reconnaissance mission.
Oh, yeah, what for?
Oh, I think to sabotage my waterfront project.
How could he do that?
Are you kidding? He goes in the neighborhood, tells them about my plans, and the community closes ranks. Bye-bye, Mega Mall. Now, what about Melodor Warehouse? Is Dorian getting close to selling it to you?
Not exactly.
Let me explain something to you, Drew. I made you vice president of Buchanan Enterprises not for your good looks. I want results. I need that damn warehouse.
She will sell the warehouse, I promise.
Don't give me promises. I want deeds. Otherwise, family or no family, I will pink slip you so fast you won't know what hit you. You got it?
Wait till you taste Carlotta's cooking. It's the best in Lambview.
My favorite customer.
Hi, Carlotta, this is Track.
Hi.
Track, this is Carlotta.
Hi.
Owner and executive chef.
Oh, a pleasure.
Nice to meet you. What can I get you two?
Well, how about a cheeseburger deluxe? Well done.
I will have the same.
Coming right up.
So, you're not a vegetarian.
Oh, no. Can't hang with that.
Well, thank you very much. See, my mom's been driving me crazy with her quest to good health.
You two together to be crazy. But you did agree to go out with me, didn't you?
Well, why wouldn't I?
Well, I just hope you find there's more to like about me than the fact that I ate meat. Was it a friend of yours?
Not exactly.
Hi. I'm not exactly.
Track. Taya, Track.
Nice to meet you.
She's soon to be my roommate as soon as I tell my mother. She's a lawyer, which means she's way too busy to join us.
Totally swamped. Yeah, I'll just go be busy over there.
Take care. Good to meet you.
Okay. Am I late?
For what?
An impromptu meeting of the broken-hearted.
They signed the lease already? Well, I fell in love with the original crown moldings, too. I was moving in quickly. All right, fine. Thank you. Just, let me know if you come across any comparable one-bedrooms, all right? Yeah, thanks. You too.
So, what are you doing?
Not finding us a great apartment.
I don't believe it.
Neither do I. This place was perfect. Hardwood floors, private sun deck, no appliances.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe you decided we're going to share an apartment without talking to me about it.
Unless you'd rather pitch a tent in Lambview Park.
No discussion. You just call a real estate agent, sign a lease, and tell Cassie where to send her bags.
Hey, I thought you'd be happy. You keep telling me how uncomfortable you are over the carriage house with my cousin there and your cousin there.
Well, I am, but I still wish you had discussed it with me.
Are you having second thoughts about us?
Why would you say that?
I don't know, Cass. I know how trapped you felt living with Andrew, and I don't know, maybe I'm just like an escape hatch for you.
Yeah, but how could you think that? I mean, you think now that I've gained my freedom, it's so long, Kev, this has been last? How could you say that?
I don't know. I'm sorry. You just caught me sort of off guard, you know? I mean, I am bound to do about 100 things wrong before I do one thing right, so just bear with me. And besides, I did mention about the apartment. But you've had so much on your mind lately, I figured I'll take care of it for the both of us.
Kevin, can't you see that's what Andrew did? He took care of things. Don't worry, hon, I'll take care of it. And he did, and then I was left with not much. If I didn't at least gain my freedom by walking out on Andrew, what did I gain?
Me. And your freedom. Promise, no pressure, okay? Whenever you're ready. Wherever you want. Cabin in the woods, tent to Landview Park, doesn't matter. All right? As long as we're together.
That real estate agent of yours received something else to show us.
Sure?
Let's go find us an apartment.
Smoke, blessed smoke. This must be the domain of manly men.
In or out, Hayes, in or out. Come on, this is a smokeless building.
I don't know, in. Missed the opportunity to break the law with the commissioner and the district attorney.
Yeah, well, just think of it as a sensitivity training. It helps us relate to the criminal element.
Uh-huh.
So, have a seat. Oh, and here, have a cigar.
Oh, well, sure.
You know, I was thinking of you the other day. My wife and I went to a baseball game at my niece's high school. They had this kid, the pitcher. You should see the arm on this kid.
Mm-hmm. Have to check it out. Press release?
Yeah, this would be our most recent version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, helps us save the stamp.
Oh, yeah. This is good. Pile on those charges. Keep those hard-working, solid citizens and veterans off the streets.
Okay, here we go. The backlash begins.
Don't worry. After I've roasted you over hot coals in the banner, you'll be so crispy you won't be able to feel much of anything.
And on that note, I think I'm going to go home and marinate.
What? Wait, was it something I said?
Goodbye, boys. See you, Hank.
Later, Bubba.
So, what else you got for me? Maybe some information on the car that drove Blair Manning and Patrick Thornhart off the road?
Well, the skid marks turned up nada.
I already know that.
He already knows that. Okay, there was a 911 call that reported the accident. That hasn't yielded much either.
Caller ID was blocked?
Yeah. But it might mean that the call was made by the driver of the oncoming car, acting out of guilt. Or not necessarily. You know, is this off the record?
Well, Stokey's with the commish is about as off the record as I can get.
Okay, the tape was pretty garbled, but we're pretty sure that it was a woman's voice. So we're going to be checking the logs on every phone in this city. Payphone, cellular, you name it. We're going to check the works. But that's going to take time.
If you come up with anything, will you let me know? Not for publication, only until you give the word. It's, personal.
Because Blair is Joanne Lord's niece.
Essentially.
Okay, Mel. If I find out who is driving that car, I'll give you a call.
I need a favor.
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
Dorian,
What's the problem?
it's Kelly.
Did you get another poison pen letter from Joe?
No, this is not about Joey.
Then what's the problem?
I promised her I wouldn't breathe a word of this to anyone. But she's so rattled. She's liable to blow at any second and blurt it out herself. I thought maybe you could handle this. You know her better than anybody. She listens to you.
My dear boy, speak.
Kelly can't know this information came from me. Swear to me you'll keep my name out of this.
It'll stay between you and me and the portrait. Spill it.
Kelly was driving the car. The one that forced Blair and Patrick off the road.
Oh, my God.
It was an accident. She was so rattled by that letter from Joey that she was practically hysterical. She went driving in the rain to try to get her head together. It just happened.
Kelly was driving the car?
I guess she panicked. She did call 911. At the time, she didn't know it was Blair in the other car.
My poor Kelly.
She's pretty devastated.
Of course she is. She probably figured it out that morning when we were at the hospital, waiting for news about Blair and the baby. Explains why she's been behaving the way she has. What a mess!
Dorian, what are you going to do?
I'm going to fix it. Thank goodness you have the brains to come to me first. You haven't told anybody else, have you?
Not a soul.
Good. What about Kelly?
I mean, she almost told Andrew, but I walked in on the middle of it and stopped her.
Oh, bless you. The last thing Kelly should do is to confess out of some sort of misguided sense of guilt. I mean, that would be an absolute disaster, and Andrew is certainly no friend to the Kramers these days. The truth is going to do nobody any good. Even Blair shouldn't find out. And the police, well, that would ruin Kelly's life forever.
Listen, my dad, the commissioner, will not hear about it from me.
Thank you. My family means everything in the world to me. I can't express my gratitude for your loyalty towards us. I don't know how I'll ever be able to thank you.
There may be a way.
Excuse me?
Won't you sell me the warehouse?
That's why you came here to me.
Well, fair's fair.
You little snake. How dare you come in my...
Hi, gang. Did I, miss anything?
So, you're a vegetarian. What else is there I need to know?
Well, music's always been my whole life. Oh, correction, football was my whole life at one time. I was a high school quarterback. If recruiters had their way, I would have played college ball. And who knows, maybe even pros.
Well, what happened?
Well, music happened. I got a scholarship to Juilliard, and I said goodbye to football.
Music school. I didn't realize that jazz musicians did that.
Well, I wanted to understand what I was playing. You know, really get inside it. You know, before I went to school, I thought that Louis Armstrong invented jazz in the 20s. I had no idea about Ma Rainey and the blues, and I didn't know that jazz originated from African spirituals. But by the time I graduated, I was into every kind of music you could think of. And now I'm not particular, as long as I'm writing it, playing it, and listening to it, 25 hours a day, 8 days a week.
Oh, music is your life.
It is. But I want to ground it. I want to feed it. I want love, babies, the kind of family I had growing up. That's where music comes from.
Wow. Back at my mom's, well, I was half serious when I asked you if you were sure that you wanted to go out with me. But now I am serious. My question for you is, why do you want to go out with me? I mean, is it because you're interested? Or is it because my uncle might be able to help you to be that musician that you've always wanted to be?
You know, I always have a tune playing in my head. Either some riff I made or something I heard on the radio. And the day that I walked into Club Indigo and I saw you, I didn't hear anything. And that's rare. And when that happens, I pay attention.
That was the right answer.
You know, I'm really not interested in forming a Lonely Hearts Club with you.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Come on, after all, we're two of a kind, the dumpies. We should at least, like, plot revenge or something.
Yeah. Well, I'm not interested in revenge.
Well, then, how about we go to Rhodey's and tie one on, you know, drown our sorrows and all that. In fact, we could pull a Mel Hayes, go on top of the Palace Hotel roof and thumb our noses at God, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Todd Manning will put us on the front page of the paper, you know, me and you screaming, down with Banner reporters, they cheat on their husbands and girlfriends.
Stop it. My marriage is over. I'm hurt. So are you. You wouldn't be carrying around like a stand-up comedian. Just... If you're upset about Kevin, say so. Do me a favor, cut the routine, you know? It just insults and invalidates us.
I'm sorry, I do that sometimes. It's just that I was really falling